Good afternoon, everyone. How has our day been? Happy Sunday, everyone. How are we doing and how is everything so far? So, before I start my presentation for today, let me put down my mask. Sorry, I'm at work and I'm a little bit busy. That's why I'm coming in a few minutes late. But today I will be having a topic on malnutrition. I said it last week and I also made a post yesterday that people should join me today because I'll be talking on malnutrition. Though we've had this topic once in the past, but we were not able to finish and divulge more information about it. We were only able to scratch the surface, which was under nutrition. So today we'll be going to another section because malnutrition is in 4 sections. We have malnutrition, we have undernutrition, overnutrition, and then we have protein energy malnutrition. Then we have the low deficiency syndrome. So that's those are the 4 forms of malnutrition, and I've been able to divulge more information about undernutrition. So today I'll be going to overnutrition. So while I still wait for followers to join in and view the video, I would just try to talk about Better Health Foundation. So thank you for joining in. I'm your host, Nurse Anane Rebecca, and you're welcome to another episode of Better Health Talks. So what do we do? Better Health Talks is brought to you by Better Health Foundation, where we give health talks, where we try to educate our pregnant mothers and nursing mothers and our expectant mothers on how to care for themselves and also their young ones. So we are basically very emphatically relaying our information on this group of people because pediatrics and neonates have been our concern, and our main objective is trying to reduce mortality rate among neonates. Because of the rate at which we lose our newborns and our new ones when they are born, we decided to come up with this foundation. We have 4 group of people that are actually the brain behind this foundation. We have our project coordinator, who is always there to give us topics on what to do and what to teach, and we also have our publicity manager who helps us to post our videos. Most of the time people are not able to come on air to join us on our live videos, so our publicity manager helps to post those videos on our YouTube channel so that it's accessible to a large number of people. And the publicity manager is also in charge of the live videos, trying to edit and also making sound acceptable for people to hear well. And also we are planning to take this platform to the YouTube channel where we'll be having a live video and people can come in actually talk. We are planning on that, but for now we are based on Instagram. So while I still wait for my followers, I'll continue to tell you. We also have our photographer in the group, where we go out on outreaches, because we don't only do live videos, we also go out to health centers to give live talks, to give health talks to those pregnant mothers out there, to those that are just delivered, the neonate mothers out there, the nursing mothers out there. We go out there, give them gifts, and sometimes we give them a lot of information they need to know. So that is what we do at Better Health Foundation. So this group of people has been helping so far to make it a success, and we actually appreciate them a lot. Though some are nurses while some are not, so I don't want us to say, okay, it's a group of nurses that decided to come there. No, because I know everybody has something inside of them, and it only takes for you to actually explore that little thing to make it a great one. So I don't believe in sharing knowledge just by using my own group of medics. I don't believe in using that. I believe in using other talents, putting them to good use. So thank you for joining in. For those that are joining and those that are yet to join, please and please, let's try to join in. And if you guys don't join in, I will just drop the information, and then I will expect that you guys will go to the YouTube channel, download, watch, and learn. Thank you. So back to today's topic, because we really don't have time. So today's topic, we'll be talking about overnutrition. So what is overnutrition? Now, overnutrition is a form of malnutrition in which the amount of nutrients needed is oversupplied, or it is in excess quantity. it has exceeded the right amount of proportion that that is supposed to contain. Like they said, what is an adequate diet? An adequate diet is defined as a diet that contains all the nutrients that you need in your body in the right proportion. Now, when these nutrients that are needed in the body exceeds the proportion they are supposed to have, that you're supposed to have in a food, it is considered overnutrition. So that's another brand of, or should I say, another branch of malnutrition. So the amount of nutrients required for normal growth should not be exceeded, because when it is exceeded, it hinders metabolism. And what do I mean by metabolism? That is the way the body system, the stomach and every other part of the organ is able to process that nutrient and use it for the body use. Now, in a situation whereby the nutrients are oversupplied and you are trying to, the body is trying to make you good use of the nutrients, you find out that the body is not able to process the nutrients in the right proportion. That is when you notice something like stunted growth, or maybe you notice obesity, because in a situation whereby the fats and sugar you've taken that are too much for the body are not being processed by the liver, by the pancreas. Sugar is supposed to be broken down by the pancreas. Now, the pancreas cannot break down the sugar because they're in excess. They tend to store in some parts of the body, causing some diseases like diabetes. That is why you see some people coming down with diabetes today. And in other situations, you notice obesity, in the sense that you've taken excess of fatty foods. Now, your liver is supposed to break them down into lipids and oil, but because they are in excess in the body, the liver cannot even do that work. So the next thing it does is it stores in some part of your body, and then you see you having bloated stomach, or the stomach, the abdomen is folded in some parts, and then you see unnecessary flesh being added on your part of the body. That is when you notice, okay, these are fats that are being stored in the body abnormally. That is overnutrition. I've already told you, I've actually broken down everything to the lowest level. That is just what overnutrition is all about. So I'll just try to go to the surface and scratch the surface a little, talk about the consequences, talk about what really happens, how it occurs, and then I'll talk about the prevention. Because like I said in our previous post, Becker Health Foundation is actually about prevention. We don't talk on cure. We only talk on how to prevent. How do you take care of yourself to prevent this thing from happening? And I want all my nursing mothers to actually listen to me. Now, we all claim that our children and our young ones need a lot of carbohydrate, a lot of sugar content in the body, but when it exceeds the right proportion, it actually causes more harm than good in their body. So it's always expected that it's always expected that we should try as much as possible to make sure our glucose, our fatty foods are in the right quantity, because around 45% of death amongst children and neonates today is due to obesity and overnutrition. So it's always very, very important. Malnutrition is a very important aspect of child health, mother health, child health today, because a lot of mothers don't know the importance of how to give their children the right quantity of food. Like I said earlier, malnutrition could either be in 4 ways. It could either be in overnutrition, undernutrition, protein energy deficiency, or deficiency syndrome. So those are the 4 types of malnutrition that malnutrition can come in. So today I'll basically be talking about overnutrition. So when a person that is having abnormal or excessive fatty body notices fat accumulation on the body, it is regarded as overnutrition. That is, the nutrients that are supposed to be in the body are already in excess quantity. So it is expected that when you notice such kind of things, you should try as much as possible to increase your physical activity. Avoid sedentary lifestyle, because those are the kind of things that helps excess fat to store in some parts of the body, and they can be very hazardous to health. Like I said earlier, it can cause diabetes, it can cause some liver problems, because to get to a time the liver will break down due to its always recent use and concurrent use of the liver in breaking down fats and lipid. So it's better we try to increase physical activity and also reduce the rate of sedentary lifestyle when you notice you are having excess fat in some parts of the body. Another consequence of this is of overnutrition, which is obesity, and overweight is cardiovascular diseases. That is when you notice things like arthritis. Also, when you notice arteriosclerosis. Now, arteriosclerosis is the thinning of the vessels of the body, the thinning of the arteries. The arteries are the ones that supply oxygenated blood to the heart. Now, when the fats that you've taken in that are in excess, they tend to flow throughout the body. Some will accumulate in some part of your body, like your stomach, your laps, and all that, while some will flow through the bloodstream and block the arteries. And when blood is not able to flow to the heart well, it hinders the number and the amount of oxygen that is being supplied to the heart, thereby reducing the function and usage of the heart. So most of the time we think eating good food. Eating good food is not when you overeat. Eating good food is when you eat the right things in the right proportion and in the right quantity. Because most of the time we eat abnormally, and to the point that it gets even cause harm rather than causing good to our body. So overweight and obesity causes cardiovascular diseases, that is disease of the heart. It could cause arthritis because the fats that are stored in the body, like I said earlier, might store in your hips, in your laps. Some might even store in the joints. Now, when there are excess fats being stored in the joints will find it difficult to move itself. It will find it difficult to rotate because the joint works in friction, pull and push mechanism. Now, when these joints are not able to rotate on its own, you find it difficult to move your body. That's when you now complain of pain at that certain point, because of the fatty tissues that have been stored there, preventing the joints from gliding and sliding over each other. Now, other conditions that could come as a result of overweight and obesity is cancers. Though those have not been proven, but it has been established that such cancers like endometrial cancer, that is the cancer of the womb lining, the uterus lining. Let me be lay. I like being lay when I'm teaching. So the womb lining. So cancers of the breast, cancers of the cervix, cancers of the ovary, due to unnecessary fats and nutrients that are being stored in the body. Now, how do you prevent it? How do you prevent overweight? How do you prevent obesity? Because obesity is also known as overweight and is also regarded to as overnutrition. Now, how do you prevent it? You just limit your energy intake from your fats and sugary foods. Now, as a person, I won't advise that you should abstain from carbohydrate foods or sugar foods totally, but please limit the intake. Like they always say, they will say diabetes patients should not even take sugar at all. No, I don't advise that. As a nurse, I always advise that fine, you can take it, but in minute quantity. That is just the best. You can't tell a diabetic patient to avoid sugar totally, because you're killing that person, you're making way for that person's grave. That is just it. Because there are sometimes the person might, because of the insulin the person takes, because of the metformin tablets that the person takes, the person might go into hypoglycemia, which will affect the health. And going into hypoglycemia might go into hypoglycemic shock, and from there death. So it's always better that you take it in minute quantity, because you're taking drugs that are helping to regulate the amount of sugar in the body. So you definitely need it in minute quantity to actually stabilize the sugar level. So like I said, I will not say because sugar and fat will make you be obese or have overweight or have overnutrition, but that doesn't mean you should not take it at all. You can take it in minute quantity. Limit the energy intake of it. Limit the amount of it you take. The second point is increase your consumption of fruits and vegetables. Like I do advise, even to all my patients, no matter the condition you talk to me to, I will ask you, when last did you take these fruits? When last did you take vegetables? Just tell me. That's the first point of contact. A lot of us don't imbibe this habit of taking fruits and vegetables, and they are very rich and healthy. They help a lot. So it's better we take fruits and vegetables a lot. They help to reduce the quantity of fat intake in the body, because there are some fruits that contains enough water quantity that helps to break down this fat into minute quantity. And when this water helps to break down this fat into minute quantity, the liver will be able to process it into lipids and break it down to the minor level. So it's always advisable that we should please adhere to the process of eating fruits and vegetables. Another point is we should increase our physical ability, increase our physical activity. You should not live a sedentary lifestyle. There are some of us that we have a sedentary life from home to office, and when you get to the office, you don't move about. You sit down in one spot, you sit down at your desk from morning till evening, and then when you close, you go back home again, you lie down. There is no physical activity involved. Now, fine, you are a sedentary worker. You go to work and then you sit at your desk. Why don't you, on weekends that you're off work, you don't go to the office, why don't you take time to do some training at home? Just try to do something that will burn out energy from your body. You can decide to go for swimming with your family. You can go on picnics. You can go on bike racing. Go on things that can actually add fun to your life and also help to sweat it out. You sweat out the fat, sweat out the sugar content in the body, and helps to reduce the amount in the body. So those are the 4 ways where we can prevent overnutrition. First and foremost, you limit the energy intake of sugar content and fatty foods. You increase the consumption of fruits, vegetables, and legumes. You engage in physical activity. So those are the ways of preventing it. I'm sure I've been able to tell you more about overnutrition today. So now, after today's teaching, I think everybody will be able to assess him or herself whether you are under overnutrition or you are malnourished. Like I said in my other videos, if you really want to watch, you can go to the link in my bio, this account. You go there, you see malnutrition. I've discussed it under nutrition there, where I talked about stunted growth, I talked about wasting in a child, and I talk about underweight. Now, when I talk about wasting, that is the child is having a low weight for height. Now, the baby's height is up to, let's say, his height is up to 1.2 or 1.3, and then 1.2 meters, in meters. And then the baby is now weighing 10 kilograms. Now, look at that. That is what we call wasting. The child is not getting enough nutrient that is needed for him or her to grow according to the height that the child has. Then when we talk about stunted growth, that is low weight for age. Now, a baby is 12 years old or a baby is 10 years old and the child is weighing just 10 kilograms. That child is supposed to be weighing up to like 25 kilograms or 30 kilograms. That is what we call stunted growth. The child is not growing according to the way it's supposed to grow. So the nutrients that are needed for him to grow, both age-wise and height-wise and in other ways, they are not there. So those are the points under undernutrition. Just go to our YouTube channel, you'll be able to know more about undernutrition. But today I've been able to talk about overnutrition, which is called overweight or obesity. And how do you calculate your obesity? In adults, it is calculated using the body mass index, where your height is divided by your weight in kilogram. So any answer you get, if it's over 30 meter per kilogram, you are overweight. That's just it. So everybody should know their weight and their height. So when you divide these two, the weight should be in kilogram, the height should be in meters. When you divide it, if it's more than 30, over 30, you are overweight. Now, for a child, because I'm not concerned about adults, I'm concerned about children. So for a child, their overweight is noted by a curve, a tape that is measured in their circumference, arm circumference. I'm showing my arm. So if it exceeds 2 lines, they are regarded as overweight. There is I don't have the tape, I would have showed you. So it's a tape that is used to cover the arm circumference, and then when it's tied around it, if it exceeds, there is a danger line there, a red one and a green one and a yellow one. So the green one is the right weight, The yellow one is getting close to overweight, and the danger sign is the baby is obese. So those are the lines. So the lines are there for a child to know. So if you want to know if your child is overweight, just go to any nearest primary health care center beside you, and then your baby will be your baby's weight will be checked. If it's more than 5 years, your baby's weight will be checked, and then the height too will be divided to know the body mass index. Or if it's less than 5 years, then the arm circumference is used to measure it. So that is all about overnutrition today, and I hope I've been able to divulge more information about it. But if you know you don't understand more, you still need more lessons and more teachings about it, you can actually go to our YouTube channel, watch the video, and drop your questions there, and your questions will be answered duly. Thank you everyone. For those that joined, we appreciate you, and for those that couldn't, we also appreciate you. But please and please, if you couldn't join, try to watch the video on our YouTube channel. The link is on our bio in this same page, where you can actually, it will take you to our YouTube channel. Just click on it, watch the video, and learn more. So God bless us all, and thanks for joining us today. I hope all of us will be able to make it next week Sunday, when we'll be talking about a crucial topic. I will still post the topic on our page, so you can watch out for it. And please always try to invite your friends, your colleagues, and everyone to join in, so they don't miss out on the fun. Thank you. God bless you. Have a nice day.